Hello, and today we're playing Warcraft Rumble, and I just got a brand new unlock, and I'm super happy with my new leader. I got Bloodmage Thalnos, which is one of those characters I've wanted for such a long time. Now, I'm trying to figure out what build I really want to run in PvP here. So the build I have currently right now is Skeleton Party. I also have Necromancer, Blizzard. I have Sheep because I think it's great. I also have Chain Lightning, and I have Whelp Eggs. Now, I'm not sure if this will be the best build out there. However, this is the first one I tried. I'm kind of going to understand what Thalnos does. I know when you cast spells, it increases his level, which is great. So I'm also wondering if I have the right unit composition to allow him to have a good support, because I'm assuming the Necromancer can keep summoning skeletons to build a little tank, and having those two together would be a nice range. And with the Skeleton Party, it also helps me get the chest and, just add extra skeletons on the field just to do extra damage or to distract the enemy. And the Whelp Eggs, the reason I have that because I like to have some form of sky, and having those are fantastic at demolishing those land units. Another thing to note, the reason I chose Blizzard is because in certain scenarios I've realized that having Blizzard with Thanatos is allowing me the ability to shred my enemies, because as they're slowly coming through the Blizzard, he's just chucking some mass AoE on them. The Chain Lightning is really nice simply to take out small units that are really weak, or to mainly take out the miners. And the reason I have the Sheep is because when there are heavy tier units, because I've only played 1 or 2 games before this, I realized that it really helps to keep them in a weakened form, so Thalanos or my Necromancer can just wipe them out. Now, as you can see, Thalanos right there, he does a lot of damage. It's just, he's not the tankiest, unless, however, you get his level up, and that's why I have so many spells, and I'm trying to cast it wherever I can. Now, one of the things I'm realizing I'm struggling with, because I played so much of the Maiev build, I actually can't get resources fast enough, and it's taking me a while to remember I have to place them beforehand so they can go out and collect those chests or mines. Now, with that being said, we're seeing the top left-hand turret being under attack right now by a lot of units. Now, if I got Thanatos close enough, I could probably sheep them and he would instantly destroy them. But as you can see, those whelps and the chain lightning was able to at least eliminate one character. He's coming up. I'm going to use my sheep right here to show you how strong this is. They are super weak, and he's going to easily clear that, and he gets a level up at level 3. I'm going to drop down my little cobalt here because obviously I could use that gold. It is stacked right now. Now, my enemy does have Tyrian Forge Ring. Now, what I've also been thinking, maybe I should substitute some of my spells to make a super tanky build, like Cheat Death or having Holy Nova. It'll allow me to heal him, or maybe trying it out with having a healer as a support behind Thalanos, maybe the Shaman, to just give some AoE heals. I don't know. I'll try that out in a later video to kind of figure out what's going on. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear. Mainly because out of all the commanding leaders right now I have, Thalanos is definitely my second favorite. I really want the Murloc one though. He looks so cool, and it just fits the hilarious meme playstyle that I like to go for. Now, one of the things I'm struggling with right now is being able to end a game early. I don't know. I feel like it's missing something, or I'm just not playing as I should. Who really knows? I don't. Maybe you do. And if you do, let me know some of your tips in the comment section below. So as you can see here, he has the fire elemental. Now, I could have used the sheep, but I didn't think it was really necessary, so I'm going with the blizzard. I'm kind of saving the sheep for if somebody's coming toward Thalanos, so, immediately he will start to demolish them. I have one coming down the middle lane. Hopefully they can get that chest up in time so you can get both chests, and just like it popped up at the perfect timing. Now, we are running out of time right now, which is quite interesting, but once it reaches 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to win, because my enemy is going to be taking way more damage than I am. Now, I could be using Blizzard and Chain Lightning constantly on the enemy base. However, I'm a little wary about that, simply for the fact that if I do use my spells, that means it's resources I'm using on the main base. What if the enemy contingent army somehow gets close enough to my base and I'm unable to defend it? Because this build right now, it's really heavily dependent on these spells, since Thanos isn't the tankiest character. Hold that thought right there. We're in overtime, 10 seconds, and it's counting down. I'm pretty sure I win this. It's a very scuffed win. However, I shall take it. And yes, it is. The overtime death happens, and we get that victory. Now, as we were talking about the build, one of the things I really need to change is what would be a perfect tank for this build. Now, I could go Abomination. However, I don't really think it's perfect, simply for the fact that Abomination really can't hit air. It can grab backline units with its hook to easily destroy them. However, it is a very high unit cost. So is it the best option? I don't think so. I think maybe Ghoul might be a little better, simply for the fact that it's less of a cost. It's still tanky, and it's basically able to heal itself after it destroys enemies. That's something to keep in mind. I don't know, which one do you think would fit better for this build? I'm right now leaning towards more Ghoul. Now, if I have to switch out one of my current units, I'd probably switch out Skeleton Party, since it is nice to be able to place it anywhere on the map. However, those skeletons are easily destroyed, and since I need somebody to really tank for Thanos, this is the better option. Now, I could have gone Quillbore, however, I don't I don't feel like Quillbore fits this build perfectly or even really well. However, I will try it out in a later video, or just try it out on my own time later on. Now, in this video so far, we're doing pretty good in this game, I would say. No, we're not. Never mind. They got the tower. Okay, so we need to find a way to take back this tower. I think these whelps are the perfect option. Oh, okay. I was gonna say these are the perfect option once they take out the pyromancer, simply because they won't have anything to really hit them in the air. And so said, so done, and it's perfect. And we were able to catch those two chests. Now, I don't know if they're gonna get that safe pilot up there, and they do. But yeah, back to the build that we're talking about. So let's say, for example, if I did swap out Ghoul for Skeleton Party for Ghoul, would I keep the Necromancer or not? Are there better options? Do I want to use Gargoyle or something of that, just so it could go straight for the turret, adding on aggro? I personally don't really like siege weapons or siege units that much, simply for the fact that it allows me less options to have units being on the board. Maybe I could switch out some of my spells to Healing Nova, Holy Nova, or something else. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Also, as you can see here, I'm getting the perfect opportunity to collect these chests, which is really nice. We're dropping the Necromancer on the left-hand side so he can get his little contingent to distract as well as add pressure. Now, with Thanos behind him, this was my initial thought, that those two skeletons that the Necromancer summons is going to keep him alive. As you can see here down the middle, Thanos is doing really good, but I have nothing to heal him. So maybe placing down the Shaman in this build, that's actually maybe someone I can switch out the Necromancer for the Shaman. So basically, Thanos will use the spells to gain in levels and get himself more tanky. Then he will use the Shaman to heal him, so they'll be together. And if I do have the extra resources, I can place Ghoul, which will be the tank for the front line, which would be perfect. It would be such a massive force. Now, we could also go with Quillbore, which would allow us to have a tank that could meet any Thanos contingent on the map. But I just don't feel like it fits perfectly, especially for the whole theme. Now, I will say, it's a very long, drawn-out game with this current build, and it's something I do not like. I will be honest with you, it's very annoying that the game is going so long. Now, I don't mind it sometimes, but I just feel like it's because I'm lacking. Look at that perfect polymorph. Now those skeletons and the Necromancer are easily able to wipe it off, as my Kobold is doing a fantastic job collecting resources right now. I did level up my Harpy, by the way. So with my Harpy being leveled up, for other builds, of course, not this one, I do want to get the option to use the talent where they can mine. I think Harpies being able to mine is one of the best things, and troll things, and it makes it so good. So as you can see, time's about to run out, which means we're going to be heading into overtime soon. So all I got to do is keep it up right now with my health just to be a little bit above his, or what I can do is actually destroy his base. That was actually a nice sheep. However, sadly, most of my units got eliminated, and we're still doing damage to his base, which is fantastic. But that safe pilot is going to be it right there for my units, and she comes down with a vengeance, destroying them. Look at those whelps, though. The sad part is they won't make it to her in time. Now, I also have to figure out how to level up my characters. Now, I know I'm not really going to spend money for it. I like the whole free-to-play gimmick. It's really good. It's one of the things that I do like about this game. If you play free-to-play, yes, you'll be a little behind sometimes, but if you play every single day, just do your dailies and stuff, it seems like you're able to rake up a lot of benefits for your free-to-play build. Now look at that, the Necromancer's on the right-hand side holding off, and we have Thanos coming down the middle. So I dropped the Skeleton Party to basically distract the turret, because I don't think Thanos will be able to take him head on, but thankfully for the overtime right here, and we come out victorious again. You know what? Thanks for watching this video so far. I'm going to go back to the drawing board and figure out how I can adjust this build for the next video, guys. See you later.